I want to say first up, wonderful show. I've been a big fan. And I'm not underselling this. This is my favorite version of Superman in years, and a
Thank
lot of it is thanks to you guys. Your guys' performances are incredible. So,
you. Oh, thank you, buddy. It means the world.
I wanted to start out with first a question for all of you in the terms of when you guys came into season one. This was new and untested. You guys were coming into this franchise for the first time. Season two, you guys now know how much people love the show. You guys are now very well versed in this. How does it feel coming in for the second season?
It feels good to talk about it and promote it, but we recorded seasons 1 and then 2 pretty tight together before they were either of them were released. So that was 2 seasons worth of recording where we were like, maybe this will work. But just seeing the reactions from everybody has been unbelievably cool. Like, I don't know. You hope that you put a lot of time and energy into something, and you hope that people enjoy it, and you can never really know. Also, a lot of us didn't even really see the show. We were like recorded our episodes and kind of imagined what it could maybe look like. You know, we saw our character models, but we had no idea how they would like move in the world. And to see it all with the music and the animation, and it's just, I don't know, the team that we do the voices, but the team that made this show really knocked it out of the park. So I'm very, very happy with everything. But sorry, I'll turn it over to you guys.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I feel like, again, first season, we don't know. I mean, we recorded 1 and 2 together, but we're not sure, right? But then, especially after having watched the first season too, I'm like, oh my God, like this is really so good. And now knowing that the fans love it and people are responding so well to it, I'm just even more excited to share the second season. And yeah, it's just been really touching to see everyone's responses. So
Yeah. No, it's always shocking. Like this is a legit show that I would watch if I was a kid, especially with the whole anime aspect to it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just yeah, we have something. This is a good show, and I'm just again speechless that people enjoy it. So
It's really a wonderful show, and the amount of the warm fan reaction has been so great to see. And the way Superman media and comics kind of influence each other. The comics obviously influence the media, but the media also influences the comics from like the radio show introducing Kryptonite and even the name Jimmy Olsen. Uh,
Mm.
what what elements from your guys' characters would you like to see kind of be brought into the comics? Because your guys' characters are so unique interpretations of these iconic myths.
Well, I know they made this isn't really an answer to that question, but I know they made a little comic book, like a few issue comic book to bridge the gap on our show, like featuring our characters, to bridge the gap between season 1 and 2. I haven't checked it out yet. I'm in like South Africa right now, but I really want to get my hands on it because I'm a huge comic book nerd. No, I mean, I love how they've mixed and matched the mythology in our show, and I'd love to see aspects of that brought into the comic book world as well. Oh, man, I got to think about this a little bit. I mean, I don't know. I love these versions of the characters, so I definitely want to see this version of Jimmy and Lois in more things. So I'll say that.
well, that's so cool. I didn't know that they made a comic thing.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, it's awesome. I've only seen the cover. It's like the three of us, Clark or Superman carrying you guys and flying around with you. It's amazing. It's so
Oh
cool.
wow. I mean,
Yeah.
that's cool.
online, or you can like buy it.
I think
Yeah.
you can buy it. I think like it's in comic book stores now. I
It actually
think. I don't know.
it actually comes out this June. I've already pre-ordered it.
Oh my
Boom.
God. That
All
I want
right.
to get it too. Yeah, I guess for me too, like, I mean, but I feel like Lois has always been such a strong character, but I love that she's a little quirky in our show. Like, she's a little, wild and intense. And I just love that they're all youthful. We're just seeing them from this other perspective. Feels very pure and wholesome. So maybe that element too.
The fact that you were watching three friends in their youth going through the highs and the lows, the good times and the bad, and them figuring out ways to get through it. I that's definitely something that I want to see. It's not all about fighting super villains. It's about going through life. Friendship, love, all the things that young people go through. So yeah, that's something that I'd like to see.
Mentioned how, this isn't just about, fighting supervillains. You guys are dealing with, sometimes you have very romantic centric episodes and very comedic centric stories. And this one is kind of, a little bit for Alice, but also for all of you. Alice, I know you have a history with music. And DC also has a history of turning their properties into musical episodes. So I'm curious, would all of you want to do a Superman, My Adventures with Superman musical episode?
I mean, for me, 100%. I'm like, yeah, let her sing. Like, let's do it. That'd be cool. What do the producers say in the other room?
What did they say? What did they say?
What did they say? I'm just kidding.
I didn't get to ask them that question, but I was like, look, you guys, I would love to see a musical episode of this show.
We'll pitch that to them and we'll say that it was your idea, because I think that fits with our tone fantastically. So yes, 1,000%, I'd be down.
Oh my God, that would be wonderful. And I guess my final question I have for you guys is, you guys are now playing very iconic characters, and this is for many people their first exposure to Superman and Lois and Jimmy Olsen. How does that feel, just to be that you guys will now be someone's first introduction to these characters? That what does that legacy and impact mean for you guys?
Wow, I didn't even think about that. I just hope that the way that I or we portray these characters is in just, it will resonate with them to kind of just like dive into the lore, into the back story of Superman and the comics and things like that. But yeah, that's a heavy question, man.
It didn't really quite hit me until you said that. I mean, yeah. I mean, Alex, you were saying that you had you like watched it with friends and they had kids and they were like very quiet during it, which is like we basically. Sorry, I'm teeing this up for you because I don't want to tell your story. What is it?
No, totally. Like the kids were watching it, but they were really quiet. And the parents who were also so into the show, they were like, they're never this quiet watching a show. It means they really love it. And yeah, just what you said. Like, yeah, I feel like it hit us all. I don't think it still registers to me that like, oh, this might be the first introduction to Superman for a lot of kids, but it's an honor. And yeah, it was very cool. Very grateful.
I have a friend who this is the other time that this hit me. I have a friend, his name's Greg Miller, and he's a huge Superman fan, and he has a pretty new son, and they watch My Adventures with Superman together. He like records video of him watching it, sends it to me. And I visited him one day, and his son wasn't there, but he was like, this was really surreal for me. He was like, can you record a voice memo for my son as Superman? And that was a trip. I mean, it's crazy to be in this position. I think we all feel incredibly lucky if we are, in fact, someone's introduction to these characters. Like, that's a very privileged position. We don't take it lightly. So thank you all for watching. Seriously.
This might be the three best answers I think I've ever gotten from a question.
Let's go.
Thank you guys so much. I cannot wait for the rest of the series, and thank you just for sitting down and talk with me. This was a real pleasure and a delight.
Thank you.
Thanks, Richard.
Thanks, buddy.
Cool.